Merle on the move, got the flow so smooth. Spitting rhymes on the podcast, got nothing to prove. He's the host with the most, dropping knowledge every week. From the underground to the mainstream, making the street speak. Step on the stage, Merle grabs the microphone, holding it down, he's in the league of his own. Interviews with the legends, the up and coming stars. No topic off limits, pushing the bars. Merle on the move, taking over the game. Keeping it real, never fake, never the tame. Hip hop podcast, bringing the heat. With Merle on the mic, grooving to the beat.
Welcome to the Merle on the Move show. I am Merle on the Move. Welcome to the program this evening. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into it. First off, let's start with the show. I want to welcome everybody that's listening to the program. I'm very excited that I am now reached a milestone in my streaming and podcasting career. I'm over 1,000 subscriber threshold. I'm very excited and very proud about that. And actually, I'm almost to 2,000. You know what I mean? Getting real close to 1,800. Hopefully, before the next episode comes out, I'll be over 2,000 subscribers. I want to thank you. I really appreciate it. And for all my people that's listening to the show, I have a website. It is merleonthemove.com. You can log on. You can leave comments. I got videos. I got links to my Spotify podcast site. I got videos on there. It's got the YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok, and the Facebook links on there. You can check that out. Once again, the website is merleonthemove.com. It's a shop on there. I got gear, merchandise, hats. Support your own. You see it? All right. You see it. I got other items on there. Check it out. Scroll. I got logos and stuff. Check it out. Support your own. I really appreciate that. I'll be wearing some of the gear on the show here in the future. Once again, that's merleonthemove.com. MOTM. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Very exciting. So I'm really gonna go over a lot of sports, entertainment, and gossip. I'm gonna really hit that really hard because y'all know what happened on November 5th. I'm gonna leave that there. I am gonna dive into that, what happened on November 5th later on. Not in this program, but later on. I'm gonna give it a rest. I'm gonna see how things go. I support, us Americans. I support us. So we're going to just leave that there. I'm going to put a button on that, and I will come back and discuss that at a later date. But as for now, let's go get into the sports. So let's talk about Iowa State. I'm in Ames, so I got to talk about Iowa State football. Shout out Iowa State basketball, but let's talk about Iowa State football. So Iowa State had to play Kansas, and they played them in Kansas City. Yeah, they played at Arrowhead Stadium. The Cyclones is playing on that NFL football stadium, that grass down there today. And they got beat. Yeah, they got beat. Kansas is not even ranked. I think they was 2-6. They only had 2 wins. So very disappointed in that outcome of that Kansas game. Iowa State lost again. It was kind of close again, but they should have won that game. So now they're 7-2. And that was a Big 12 conference game. Colorado, let's move on. Colorado Dion team. I thought they was going to lose. They was down, and they came back and beat butt. They put belt to butt. Built the ass. So I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it that. They did that. They did that thing right there. Hit them with it. Hit that. Oh, my gosh. Yes, they did. They hit him with it. Shout out Dion. He coaching them up. That defense, his son got it was a fumble. And his son, Shiloh, picked it up, ran it back for a touchdown. The boys is playing good. Shout out Dion. I said it. I said Dion was going to do it. He's coaching them up. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Iowa lost also yesterday to UCLA. It was a Friday game. I watched some of that game. They lost. So, yeah, that happened. Let's go ahead and talk about them Lakers. Let's talk about Bronny James. Bronny James got moved to the G League. I think he's going to only be playing on the home games with the G League or dressing for home games with the Lakers or something. I don't know, but they're saying that he's selling out the G League games or something, and he scored some points. So Anyway, them Lakers been losing. Bron been playing really good. AD been like after they didn't play time management with AD or something. I don't know, but it's early in the season. A lot of teams ain't really doing much. I ain't really watching basketball heavy right now. NFL's going good. Shout out my Rams. My Rams won last week. Them Cowboys still ain't nothing. Wow. Anyway, the Rams won. I'm happy about that. Them Detroit Lions, though. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Shout out to them Kansas City Chiefs. Is it going to be a Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl? Shout out to my guy Kyle at work. He's a Detroit Lions fan. And shout out my man Dave that used to work with me. He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And I know he's feeling really good because them Chiefs is undefeated. And them Lions are looking really good. They are beating teams down. So, yeah, that'd be crazy. Chiefs, Lions, Super Bowl. Chiefs gonna win again if it is. Yeah, them Lions ain't gonna beat them Chiefs. Them Lions made it to the Super Bowl. It'd be an accomplishment if the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, right? Big accomplishment on that. So, anyway, let's go ahead and move past sports. I know a lot of people about. Speaking of sports, I'm going to talk about DeMar DeRozan. I was just watching this thing on DJ Academics, but I knew about the story before because I watched a little ESPN. But DeMar DeRozan was in Toronto. You know, he played for Toronto. He got traded from Toronto to San Antonio Spurs. He's a guard. He's from Compton, California. He's a good player. He got traded from San Antonio Spurs to the Chicago Bulls. And when he was playing with the Chicago Bulls, he was really good. And they made it to the playoffs, and it was making some noise. There's some favorites in some brackets, and but he got traded recently to this Sacramento Kings, and Harrison Barnes got traded. I forgot who Harrison Barnes went to, but he got traded to some other team. But yeah, so DeMar's playing out there. So anyway, long story short, he went to Toronto. They were playing the Raptors, and while in Toronto, this was the day that they retired Vince Carter's jersey. And while retiring Vince Carter's jersey, Drake was there. And you know, DeMar DeRozan is in the They Not Like Us video, and he was mentioned in the They Not Like Us song because he's cool with, he's cool with Kendrick. And, you know, Kendrick kind of put the play on the thing because DeMar DeRozan played with the Raptors and he was cool with Drake. True. Kendrick, DeMar admits, yeah, me and Drake was cool. It's known they were cool. But he's from Compton, so he picked a side. He didn't have to, but he did. DeMar picked a side. D-Rose, if you listen to the song, D-Rose is DeMar DeRozan. That's who we're talking about. And he's in the video, too. And so during the game, Drake had sideline seats, him and his homie Chubbs. I don't know who he is, but that's his homie Chubbs that he's sitting with or standing with. And they mean-mugging DeMar. Mean-mugging, you know, going up and down the court. And Drake's even quoted giving an interview with one of the reporters there at the game live, I believe. He's talking about that if they ever retire DeMar DeRozan's jersey, he's going to climb up to the rafters and take it down himself. I guess he was joking, but, you know, he wasn't joking. He was joking, but not joking at the same time. Like, he ain't going to do it, but he could. He would if he could, or he might, whatever. Petty. Super petty. A lot of stuff going on in gossip entertainment. My man Lil Dirt has been formally charged, not indicted, but not for the RICO. It's not a RICO thing, but he's been formally indicted. They have some of the charges. I'm not going to go through it. I'm not a legal person. I don't understand the charges anyway, but that's happening. And, hope things work out for the best with that, with him. It's also some things going on I was going to pull up here in a minute that I did want to talk about. Young Thug. I got this up here. My condolences to the Candyman. It's an actor. His name is Tony. What is his name? Let me pull it. I'm gonna be right on this because the man passed away. His name is Tony Todd. Actor Tony Todd. He's known for his unforgettable performances in The Candyman. He was also on Star Trek. He was that lead captain, the commander of Star Trek. I forget the name of it. It's not Deep Space, I don't think, but it's a different one. But we know him from Candyman. Candyman. Don't say it 5 times in the mirror because he show up. Great movie. The very first Candyman. Excellent movie. Love that very first movie of The Candyman. So, but he passed away. My condolences. God rest his soul. God rest the dead on him and his family. But also, it was a story I wanted to also talk about with Young Thug. So, I talked about him last week. Young Thug got out, and he's on record says Young Thug publicly trashes Gunna and stuns fans. I don't know why. I thought, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I don't know what's really going on with Thug. See, hopefully he gets everything together, but we'll see. We'll see about that. There's a lot of things I was going to talk about. I'm going to pull up on my phone, but there's a few other things I didn't remember to talk about. So let's talk about SNL. So SNL, it's alive. It's a new episode tonight, Saturday night. If you want to watch Saturday Night Live's new episode, the cast directly appealed to the what happened on the 5th, right? And they're gonna do a little skit. So if y'all want to check that out, that's gonna be really cool. Mike Tyson next Saturday, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is fighting on Netflix. So that's gonna be very, very interesting. And this is my take. This is my take on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fights. I've been watching a lot of back stories. Netflix got a little documentary series going on right now. It's 2 parts out right now. You want to check it out. And it's about the Tyson Jake Paul. It's a backstory on Tyson, backstory on Jake Paul. And this is what I want to say. The last fight that Tyson had that was kind of big was the one with Roy Jones Jr. And if you watch that fight, Mike Tyson actually hurt Roy. He was a body shot. He actually hurt Roy Jones. Roy Jones felt it. You heard him say it when he hit him. Ugh. And Tyson knew he hurt him. And he could have took him out. Flat out. Boom. Could have knocked him out. But he knew he didn't. That's not what it was. It wasn't for a belt. It wasn't that kind of fight. It was a publicity fight. So he carried Roy Jones. Look up the interviews. Mike Tyson is on record saying that he carried him the rest of the fight. Because what did he have to lose? Embarrass Roy Jones? Roy Jones couldn't beat him. He knew he couldn't beat him. If it was a fear that Tyson could lost that fight, maybe he would have put him out. But he knew it was. He felt the power. Roy couldn't fight. He was the stronger man that day. So he just, I think it went 8 rounds. So what if he does this with Jake Paul? Because if Tyson wins, he ain't gonna keep fighting. He's gonna get money. If Jake Paul wins, it heightens his publicity because he can keep on fighting, make more money. If Tyson loses, it hurts his reputation a little bit, but he's a 58-year-old man. He's going to be 60 years old. He's going to make a bag. It's going to lead to his kids. More money to lead to his family. Ain't like he need the money, but more money. What rich people want more than anything is more money. They want more money. So if he loses, he get more money. Hurts his reputation a little bit, but he's 58 years old. If Jake Paul loses, gonna mess up his boxing. Because see, all these fights Jake Paul been having, he's been winning. He ain't lost none of them. So, yeah. It's a video. If you watch, like, I'm a big YouTube guy. I tell you guys about YouTube all the time. Shout out to YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. I like YouTube. And Casanat, he's a big YouTuber. He's got a video on there with Kodak Black. Kodak Black is on the video very, very, I can't say he's on drugs, but it looks like he's very inebriated and he looks like he's not coherent in the video. It's not funny to watch it. I'm watching it because I guess it was interesting because it's Casanat and it's Kodak. So it's kind of interesting, but I'm not watching it because it's funny. And I guess it's a part in the video where he popped a perk, supposedly. Not sure, but I guess. What's cool about that? And I think he commented, there's some videos on here where he commented, about people talking about he did that and, somebody should check on him and things like that. And he rebutted that. He don't think he needs to. He think he alright or something. I don't know. That happened. Yeah, it's a lot of things going on in the world that I don't agree with. It's a lot of things going on in generations and in this climate that we have that I don't particularly agree with, but it is what it is. Ocho Cinco is on the Nightcap show that comes on with Shannon Sharpe. They do a podcast on YouTube and streaming on different platforms, and they discuss sports. He's also an ex-NFL wide receiver, great wide receiver actually. and he's under. I think he's going through a divorce. I don't know his wife's name, but it was reported on Corey Holcomb. You can watch his YouTube channel, Corey Holcomb. He's a comedian. He was reporting that they get in a divorce, and he's trying to make a light of the situation. I don't know what the gist of it. I don't know why they getting divorced, but that's going on. There's a lot of gossip I'm talking about tonight. I ain't really cool with the gossip. Let me look at my phone. There's some other things I kind of wanted to talk about. That on the 13th of November, this Wednesday is my mother's birthday. My mother would have been 71 years old. My mother passed away a little over a year ago, but I'm still going to always remember her cake day every year. So I'm going to celebrate. I'm not going to mourn. I'm going to celebrate her birthday and on Wednesday. So just shout out to that. If you guys want to comment and leave a little heart, a little blue heart or something like that, I appreciate that. And but yeah, also there's some other things I want to talk about. Let me pull up. Let Merle pull up those notes real quick. Also, what did I also want to talk about? I was talking about some TV shows that I really didn't watch. Tulsa Kings is a good show. You want to watch that? I'll give you guys some suggestions. I know there's a lot of shows out. But I'll give y'all some suggestions. Tulsa Kings is a good show. It's got Sylvester Stallone on it. I like that show. The Penguin is also a good show. I've definitely been watching. I'm caught up on that. Agatha All Day. I'm not caught up on that. That's a good show. I also watched this show called Papa's House. It's got David Wayans and David Wayans Jr. in it. It's a CBS show. It's kind of cool. It's kind of corny to start, but I'm going to keep watching it. The Aaron Hernandez story is almost over. It's like an 8-part series, I think. That's one that's pretty good. Also, if you want to watch, it's another show I want to watch. The Old Man. That's a good show. You can check that out too. That's pretty good show. Did I tell you guys that Jess Hilarious is back? She's back on the Breakfast Club. I like Jess. I like the other girl that was on Lauren LaRosa. I like her. She was cool, but they kind of picked on her way too much. Charlamagne really picked on Lauren. It kind of got awkward sometimes, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? That she's not that much younger than them either. She's 30 or 31, and they 40 something, so they not that much older. They older than her, but not that much the way they be picking on her the way they do. But whatever, is what it is. But I'm glad Jess is back. They can't pick on her as much. Even her and Charlamagne do go at it back and forth, but glad to see that. Kind of bring some little balance to the show. I also watched this documentary about Meg Thee Stallion. I'm gonna get into that a little bit. Let's talk about that a little bit. So I watched this documentary about Meg Thee Stallion. It's on I think it's Apple or Netflix or Amazon or something like that. But I watched it on my Fire Stick. And it's like almost 2 hours long. It takes the journey from the beginning, of her career and with her mom. Her mom passed away. A lot of people knew that, but if you did, her mom did pass away. And it shows a lot of footage of her mom during her career, being part of her career, which is really cool. She really pushed her and really helped her in a big part of her career. And she passed away suddenly too. It wasn't something that they had been dealing with. It was kind of suddenly, and it really hurt her. So my condolences to Meg in that regard. And also journeys through the Tory Lane situation. Gives a lot of backstory, a lot of behind the scene footage too of the Tory Lane situation, and that I didn't see it, I didn't know, and behind her friend Chelsea. I think it's Chelsea. I think it's Chelsea, something like that. Her friend that was her friend before, and I think that Tory Lane's and Kelsey was dating, and it kind of came between. And Meg said she had sex with him twice, but before she said she had sex with him twice, it's on social media, it's all over the blogs and stuff right now, that the interview that she did with Gayle King, the interview that Meg Thee Stallion did with Gayle King, and Gayle King's flat out asked Meg Thee Stallion, did you have sex with Tory Lanez? And Megan was surprised that Gayle asked that question. You can see in the interview that she was surprised, and she lied. Megan lied to Gayle King and said, no, she didn't. And then later on, and in this documentary, she say she did, and she say that she lied to Gayle. And now Gayle seen the documentary. Gayle didn't know this at the time. And Gayle seen the documentary recently, and she coming out and she talking about what Megan lying to her. So you guys can check that out too. So yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, this documentary is pretty good, And I get what Megan was saying. This is my take on that. I get what Megan was saying. A lot of people was interviewing her, and when it happened, the police. It was 2020. You got to remember the climate. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You can call this an excuse if you want to, but I remember the climate at that time. In 2020, It was a lot of shootings, police things. It was like, Black Lives Matters, a lot of things going on in the social society at that point. And when they got pulled over, they don't know she made the Stallion. They don't know who's in the car. They don't know it's Tory Lane. She just knows it's some violence that didn't happen. It's a shooting, and there's a gun in the car, and they black. So she lied. When they asked her what happened, she said that she stepped on glass. Boo, whatever. So, but in reality, and I think she thought Tory was going to step up, but Tory started capping. He's like, okay, you said this first, and his audio recorded him talking about, will you lie for me, basically. He didn't say the word lie, but basically he was trying to get that girl to take his side and say that, I'll pay you. I'll pay you, help me get out of this, bro. And he was calling him bro. So Megan was like, okay, you trying to play me out? I'm going to go ahead and tell the truth. So she started telling the truth about what happened. Because they got a bullet fragments. It ain't no glass. It was bullets in her feet. And it's crazy how she was running away. She showed in the video, in the documentary, she was running away and he shot at her. She wasn't fighting him and he shot at her. She was running away. He was on some weird stuff. That's some weird stuff, bro. Real talk. If it's going down the way that documentary say for real, that's some weird stuff, bro. I don't know how nobody backing you up on that. That's crazy. And what she was saying is no matter her sexual orientation, no matter her sexual activity, not orientation, but sexual, that too, but sexual activity, that shouldn't matter. Whoever sexual partners was or how many times, whatever, he shot her. And when Gail was asking her those questions about did she have sex with Tory, in Megan's mind, it seems that she was saying, that shouldn't matter. Why are you asking me that question? It's about the shooting. It's about this dude shot me. Like, who cares about that? Like, that's not a crime, me having sex with a guy, or if I didn't have sex with a guy, or me not talking about it because I don't want to share that with the world. I'm here to talk about this man shooting me because it's a trial. And you talking about did I have sex with this man or not? And I get that. But she a reporter, and it's relevant because it was on the blogs, it's in the internet. Everybody know how the internet be internet, and if it's on the internet, it's true because it's they. They is the internet. I said that before. They is the internet. Internet is the they. So yeah, that, y'all can check that out. That was a pretty good documentary. It was interesting. I really enjoyed it. A lot of twerking in it, if you like a lot of twerking. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Oh, also ending with the show. Last night you guys listened to the show. I appreciate all the views. My views has been over 4,000. I got over 4,000 views in a week. It's the numbers is going. I appreciate it. I'm not clouting. I'm not trying to say keep it. I appreciate the smaller numbers too because I believe all the content I put out is pretty good. Even though some of my other videos don't get as many views as some, I kind of know the algorithm. I kind of understand why, but we're gonna let that be said. Shout out to Google. But anyway, I do notice this. I see that. I see what's going on, and I appreciate that. But my man Zeus Rubber Waters had a show here in Ames, Iowa yesterday, and I interviewed him last week. And you guys, is the video, you can check that out. It'll probably be posted up when this one goes off. And I went to the show last night. It was dope. I got some pictures I might post up here too in a post. I might post a little video too if I don't get no copyright issues. But it was dope. He's a very good very good performer, humble guy. Greeted me very, very openly when I came on the scene. Just dope. Shout out to Zeus Weber Waters, great performer. Appreciate that. But yeah, so it's Merle on the move. I'm gonna go ahead and get out here a little bit early tonight. I'm gonna keep more content coming. Like I said, don't forget. Help support black business, black owned. This is I do own my business now, so this Merle on the Move is owned. So it's merleonthemove.com. Check that out. Check out the website. Leave some comments. Push the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, be a good human. Put humans first. Believe in the humanity of people and don't judge. Peace.